Do you know the most viewed video on YouTube right now? Listen, this will shock you. I don't want you to watch, but I'm just going to play the sound to you. In fact, it's actually a song. It is the most viewed video currently on YouTube in 2024. Listen, tell me if you know it.
Mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark.
Baby Shark. It is the most viewed video right now on YouTube. I'm not here to talk about it, but there is something I want to draw your mind to as a parent. So if you're a mom or you're a dad, please listen. This, because the fact that I play this video doesn't mean that it's for your kids or it's for you. This video has over 15 billion views. That's just too amazing. 15.6 billion views on YouTube. In fact, it's like the entire world, the entire universe, everybody in this world has watched it over 2 times to get to that view, because the current population is about 7 or 8 billion. 15 billion views. This is serious. In fact, what's even more shocking is that the top 3 to 6 most watched videos on YouTube throughout the world are all children cartoons. So the most watched video on YouTube is a child, song, cartoon, Baby Shark, as you just watched. Now, if you skip the second, which is not a child stuff, but the 3rd to the 6th are all children programs. Let me just take you to some of them. The 3rd most watched video on YouTube is Johnny, Johnny, Yes, Papa. You remember that one too, right? The 4th one is Baby Bath Song by Coco Melon. You know Coco Melon? When your children hear Coco Melon, then they are all running. The 5th most watched video on YouTube is The Wheels on the Bus Go Ta 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 by Coco Melon again. I mean, this is interesting. Let me just pause it here, because there's something I want to share with you. Question is, where are the parents? Why is it that kids stuff on social media platforms like YouTube is more than adult stuff? Well, the answer will shock you. I'll be right back. Welcome back, my dear friend. You see, today it seems that no child's day is actually complete without watching cartoons on Facebook, on YouTube. Gone are the days when we were kids, the only place we get to watch cartoons was on GTV, whether you like it or not. Now, these days, it has been taken over by YouTube, and children are streaming cartoons. They are watching cartoons. In fact, boys and girls have been so caught up in cartoon characters that look at the way they behave. Their school bags, their exercise books, everything that they do is about cartoon characters. They are fantasizing about Superman, about Spider-Man, about Ben 10, Minecraft, all of this stuff. This is what our kids are watching. But with this growing interest in screen time, children often prefer staying glued rather than engaging in outdoor activities or playing with their friends. From schools, they just come home, and the next thing is they switch on the television and they are watching cartoons. And today, research actually shows some kind of an alarming trend. According to a recent study by the American Academy of Pediatrics, shows that children aged between 8 to 12 spend an average of 4 to 6 hours a day on screen, with a significant portion dedicated to entertainment, including cartoons and some of these stuff. And children have been so caught up in cartoons that these streaming platforms or these social media platforms have actually created dedicated platforms or the sections for children. So we have, if you have used Netflix, there is actually a portion where you can create a tab for your kid. And if you have YouTube, we have YouTube Kids, and it is believed that there are more videos watched on YouTube Kids. That is even becoming more or equal to what adult watch on a normal YouTube. But interesting enough, if you go to Netflix Kids or YouTube Kids, the things you see there, it will shock you. It will shock you. In fact, a recent survey found that 70% of parents worry about the impact of excessive screens on their child's development. This is getting serious. And it's if there was a time that as parents we needed to take the control, I think it's now. And I got worried when I realized that the most viewed video on YouTube wasn't something kind of about science or kind of about anything so educational, but just this Baby Shark song for kids. Why? Because parents have become so busy that when their children are disturbing them, say, oh, take it, let me be free. Then they give them the phone and the child goes straight to social media and begins to watch the content that they like. But Pastor, is that really bad? It's just a case stuff. Is that bad? Well, let me share why I think you need to begin to control what they are watching. Number one, too much screen time, irrespective of what they are watching, leads to cravings and compulsion. You see, watching cartoons has become a psychological concern for many children. When children are bored these days, look at your kids. When they are at home during the vacations or on weekends and they have no assignment or no activity to do, they get bored easily, quickly. Think about it. When we were kids, when are you even going to get bored? We didn't have TV, we didn't have computer game, we didn't have PS, we didn't have anything. But these days, the children get easily bored. The moment there is no TV, give them 5 minutes, they are bored. Then they begin to mess up. And so, when kids are bored these days, instead of engaging in physical or creative activities, they tend to screen. Some of them, you have bought them tablets. They say it's for learning, but they are not learning. They are watching stuff. They have become addicted to these things. And parents, sometimes we even make it worse by handing our phones to our kids. There are so many parents, when their children are worrying them, oh, take it, let me be free, I'm busy, take the phone. Then they give them the phone because it has become the only thing that calms them down easily. Parents, beware. You are raising tech robots who will one day rise over you and destroy every dream that you have worked so hard to build. Because this kind of habit fosters dependency. It reduces the children's ability to self-control or self-suit themselves. They are not able to do anything without screen. And if this is not a reason enough for you to stop them now, then listen to the second reason. Number two, it promotes aggressive behavior. In fact, research from the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Pediatrics confirms that excessive exposure to violent cartoons can lead to aggressive behavior in children. Characters in cartoons that we see or they watch often engage in physical fights without, real-world consequences. You see, if you are watching Tom and Jerry, if you are watching some of these cartoons, I've forgotten some of them, their names, but they can jump from skyscrapers, they fall down flat, and then they just get up, they pump themselves back again. And the children begin to think that everything is possible, every creative thing is possible. Then they begin to mimic these behaviors. Because they lack the wisdom to differentiate between fantasy and reality, they end up doing things that would harm them. And they go to school and they want to try some of these things, especially when they get into fights with their friends. They want to do some of the things that they've seen in their movies and the cartoon series, and they end up in a bad situation. This is serious. In fact, some children even attempt to jump from high buildings because they want to fly, like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. This is serious. So parents, I think it's about time we become parents and do what parents ought to do instead of allowing these devices to do the work for us. Cocomelon is not bad, but we'll talk about it. Cocomelon can help in a way, But Cocomelon should not be the one to tell or calm your kid. If at this point in your life as a mother or a father, you cannot calm your kid who is throwing tantrums, and the only thing you can do to solve the problem in church, when the child is misbehaving in church, throwing tantrums, throwing things around and making noise, sitting on the ground and disgracing you, that's how we call it. You give the phone to the child. And in the church, the child begins to play game. I've seen this all the time. Parents, we are failing God. We are failing God. Train up a child, not destroy a child. Be careful. Let me continue. Number 3, screen time or too much watching of television and tablets and phones and all of that in children encourages disobedience and stubborn behavior. In fact, cartoons featuring disrespectful or mischievous characters can subtly influence children to adopt similar traits. They may sometimes imitate these behaviors, becoming disobedient and unpathetic towards others. There are many videos. I have some I don't want to show because they are just too bad to watch. Children beating each other, beating younger children, because this is what they saw on TV. You know, they have no feeling. They don't even feel that they are hating a human being, because the things that they are always watching is creating that kind of mindset in them. The 4th thing I want to share with you is that it normalizes dangerous themes like witchcraft or Satanism. In fact, you see, I have been in this for a long time. Many years ago, I started talking about demonism in the hip-hop music industry. I did a lot of research, and I have come to realize that Hollywood, Disney, and all of these big-time entertainment industries, look, they are not here to raise your children to become obedient children who love God. No. They are here to corrupt them. They are here to cause them to accept demons. Okay? In 2022, there was a movie released by Disney entitled Little Demon. Now, just look at the title, okay? And you watch this movie, this series, you see children fantasizing with demons, okay? If you watch popular cartoons like Frozen, and I'm even surprised that parents are not opening their eyes. Because in Frozen, you see a witch who later wanted to be free, left her kingdom, stayed and built her own ice palace and stayed in, and said when she was going, what's her name, Elsa, she sang a song, Let It Go. And now, in the song, she says something that many parents miss. Let me just read you. It says, no right, no wrong, no rules for me. Do you understand that? According to Aleister Crowley, one of the most famous Satanists ever to live, he quoted and said, do what thou willest, there is no law. Did you get that? So do whatever you want. This is the theme of Satanism. And that is what they were trying to push into your kids. Because Elsa, when she fled, later on was accepted by the society, saying that you can still be a witch, practice your witchcraft, though they will not say witch. You still be a sorcerer, practice your sorcery, and still live with us. You use it to help people. Be careful, my dear brother, my dear sister. Be careful. The enemy is after your children. Moana is the same. In fact, in Moana, you see this demigod. Okay, this character, demigod. He's a demigod, he's a half god, half man. And this girl was held by the goddess of the sea. We will call it Mami Wata. Didn't you see that? This goddess of the sea helped her to locate this demigod to help her to restore some eye belonging to the god of the land. These are demonic and satanic themes. Yet the kids were caught in it. They were dancing to it. And these messages, it desensitized the children to spiritual dangers and subtly normalize things that the Bible preaches against. No wonder when they are in church, they are bored with everything. So they are so bored that children ministry programs or children ministry leaders now use screens. Most churches, they use screens to teach them because the children have become screen babies. So they use screens to teach them. They are showing videos to them in church because without them, the children would not even come. Parents, we are failing God. We are failing God. Imagine what will happen in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, when these kids who would never sit down in church, but always are holding their phone, playing games in church. Imagine when they grow up. It's dangerous. It's getting serious out there. Parents, let's take the control now. Number 5, the 5th reason why we need to take control now is that, you see, these cartoons, that we call them, they are just children cartoons. It introduces children to LGBTQ plus agenda. In fact, recent years, there has been an increase in the LGBTQ plus, stuff in children's cartoons. There is this popular series that came on Netflix, called Jurassic World. Now, in Jurassic World, it's on Netflix. In fact, this one even came out. I'm sure some of you saw it's been shared on WhatsApp, where 2 girls kissed. These girls in the cartoons are basically like, teenagers. They kissed each other because they fell in love. Do you know that the popular cartoon that your kids watch, SpongeBob and Nickelodeons, do you know that they are actually made by LGBT people? That is why most SpongeBob episodes during the Gay Pride Month, you see gay images in them. They want your children, and many parents are unaware of these subtle inclusions which can confuse young people. It will confuse their mind because they are now forming. Now, there are many cartoons these days where you see, instead of mother and father, you see 2 fathers who sometimes will kiss, and they will have children, and they will take them to school. They have 2 dads, 2 moms. And because you are in the kitchen, you are busy, and you don't want them to disturb you, they are in the car, they are watching YouTube Kids, they are watching, you have no idea that the enemy is right in front of them, and the enemy is teaching them. The enemy is teaching them. We need to be careful. In fact, I can talk, but the bottom line is that it is time that parents will take the control. I'm not saying you don't let them watch. No, that would be bad. But there's something you can do. What can I do? Let me share this with you. How you can take control now. Number 1, teach them God's word. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6 says, start off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. In fact, that is how the NIV says it, but we know, teach up a child in the way he should go. So spend time teaching your children biblical principles. Don't leave that responsibility only into the hands of the children, Sabbath school teachers or the Sunday school teachers. No. It should be your responsibility. Have time, teach them. Daddy, teach them. Mommy, teach them. Because if you cannot, that's my problem with many parents, if you cannot have any strategy to calm your child who is misbehaving down except to give them the phone, seriously, then there is a problem. There is a problem. So take your time, teach them. You don't need to be a pastor. You don't need to go to school of theology before. The little ones teach them the word of God. Number 2, be selective about what they watch. Now, as parents, myself, I have kids. I have 4 of them. They love to watch this stuff. But you would never see me. I always make sure that I know what they are watching. So preview the content to ensure that it aligns with their values. Look for shows with wholesome educational themes. Don't give them the remote and let them scroll through YouTube Kids. You have no idea what they have labeled as kids there. Be selective. Sometimes I would actually go online, search for what is good, download them, put in a pen drive, put it on the TV so for them to watch. I know what you are watching. You understand that? Don't leave the remote in their hands. Number 3, control screen time. You see, excessive screen time can actually lead to poor sleep. It would lead to attention problems and even to obesity. When the children are eating, they are watching TV. When they are doing their assignment, they are watching TV. No, don't do that. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, they say children under 2 years should never have any time on screen. In fact, if your child is less than 2 years, they should not even watch the phone. Number 2, children between 2 to 5, they should be exposed to at least 1 hour of high-quality programs. Not anything. If the child is between 2 to 5, because you have to watch 1 hour a day, it's not anything. Make sure what they are watching is wholesome. And older children must not be exposed to long hours. Set aside time. They must do what will help them when they grow up. So set consistent limits and encourage alternative activities like reading. For me, sometimes I tell them, look, if you want to watch, because we've set aside a day, every Saturday evening is movie night with all of us. If you want to watch Saturday evening movie, you need to have finished reading this book. If not, during the time, you have to go and read. It should be just 1 hour, 2 hours maximum. We are done for the week. Because it's not really important. They should be learning, because we need bright, smart children in this the future who would control the world in a positive way, not corrupt people. You understand that? So set limits for them. Number 4, use parental controls. Okay, if you have given them phone, download Google Family Link and set parental control. If you don't know what Google Family Link is, please go to Google. Type Google Family Link, read about it. It's very fantastic tool. Basically, what it means is that if your child has a phone or a tablet and you have set a Google link on it, you would have access to their phones or tablets right on your phone. So you can actually say, no, sleep, and the phone will go blank. You can decide which app they download and what they watch. Very, very fantastic, okay? Or you can also use child-friendly streaming apps like Yippee TV, Yippee. Very, very good. I mean, they have very good Christian content, and I always recommend those stuff than the YouTube Kids, because YouTube Kids, there's nothing good out there. Okay, so do that. Number 5, quickly, I'm ending now. Replace screen time with quality time. So rather than using the devices as your babysitter, spend time with your children. Play games with them. Find games that are not screen related. Play with them. Strategy games that will cause them to think. Maybe you can even teach them how to sew, how to use the needle to sew, stuff like that. Teach them how to cut. That is why I always prefer Montessori schools, because they will let you know how to use your hands. Okay, take them out there. Sometimes when you have the time, take them to the beach. Play together with them. Let them play, instead of always giving them the phone. And listen, parents, one of the reasons why our kids cannot put the phones down or screen down is because, unfortunately, mom cannot put the phone down. Dad cannot put the phone down. When dad comes from job, he sit there. Mom, when all we are free, we are watching. Whatever you sow, that is what you reap. When you are sowing more screen time in the home, personally, your children will know that this is more important. But when your children know and see that every time that you are free, you are reading, then you are telling them that the most important activity you need to engage yourself in when you are free, or even create time for, is reading. Then they will grow up with that mind. But if all that you know, there are some women every time they are on Facebook, every time they are on social media, even when they are cooking, the phone is there and then they are laughing, then they are... Every time, daddy, every time, even when they are driving, every time. You will never get your kids off there. You yourself, you need to control your screen time. Once you control your screen time, your kids can also overcome. Mom, dad, my message for you is simple. We have a great responsibility, and those responsibilities involve creating time for our kids. If we don't have the time, yes, we all have busy schedules. But look, the moment you decide that you want to have a child, it means you want to have time for them too. Create quality time for them. Limit the screens. If possible, change the position of the television in your room. It should not occupy the central place. Let the child know that this is not what's important. Let them focus on what's important and raise children who will bring glory to God first. And then one day when you are old, they will bring glory to you here. God bless you so much. If you have any question, please, I'm always available to help you have answer to that. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. Get into contact with me right now, and then we will together help raise our children. The Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Next week we shall come your way again with another edition of The Truth That Sets Free. Until then, switch off the TV, put the phone down, and talk with your child. Shalom.